no show. Yeah. Hey everybody, this is Velvet, aka Pink Velvet, and sometimes I'm called Pink. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Atlanta. Well, I was born in Atlanta. I live in Swanee. That's North Gwinnett. It's a little spot on the town. It's kind of like your lowlights that you have going on. We can put it up towards the top. I am a hairstylist. Well, I call myself a hair artist, hair and makeup artist at Salon Greco. So, oh, we're coloring your hair today too. So come this way. We're going to introduce you to my lovely mother. Hello. This is my mom. If you can't tell. Well, my mother was a model. My mom, she's from the West Indies, so it just found her. And she started modeling. She quit for a while, and then she, you know, just played with the idea of me modeling when I was a kid. And my first shoot was for JCPenney, and it's really funny. I was 7 years old. It was for the Sesame Street line of clothing that they sold there, and we were with two other kids, a little girl and a little boy. And the little boy was in the middle of both me and the girl, and I wanted to just kind of put her arm on the guy and, you know, look all like cute into the guy, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want anything to do with the boy. I didn't want to touch him or nothing. So my very first mailer that went out, I'm sitting there in the photo, like, clenching my fingers down on my side, going like this because I didn't want to touch him. But it didn't slow me down. I just went from there. I'm being the chemist. This is how we mix color. We use European color, which is helpful.
She is beautiful and she is sweet, very determined. She's a strong person and always looking to better herself and better her life. So I'm happy with that.
So basically it looks just like this. Just kind of, we got the easy way of doing it. Pump. My heritage is very complex. It's still being researched because it's actually an amazing story. But my mother is from Trinidad. I was born here, like I said. So let me tell everybody, I'm a homegrown Georgia peach. I'm the United, yep, I'm the United Nations. Right here. This is the new face.
In Trinidad, there is a huge mixture of races. So hardly anyone is pure anything there. And so sometimes it's difficult to tell what our background is. But mostly I get mistaken for Filipino, but that's okay.
Growing up, she was a very strong-willed kind of person. She was very determined. She was always looking out for her family and her friends. She was kind of a person you really would love to get to know.
My childhood was awesome. My childhood has its dark times, but it had a lot of happy times. I grew up in the woods on 6 acres of land, so I was outside, barefoot, making mud patties, you know, playing with horses, chickens, whatever I could. I enjoyed the outdoors. I enjoyed life. Life was slow when I was outside.
As an older sister, well, we didn't exactly get along. Probably till we were I was about maybe 14 or 15 years old. We were constantly fighting, bickering over many different little things, mainly because of me. I was constantly antagonizing her, just like a little brother should.
On the flip side, I grew up in a very conservative household. So with the spirit of an outdoors nature forest fairy, that's a very free thinker. So at times my childhood got rough because I had to live in, you know, aside a certain boundary and a certain fence, which it was good for me at some point. How would I describe myself as a person? That's tough to answer because, you know, there's all the things you want to say that you are, you know, or the things that you think you are or you want to be. I guess I'll try to go the humble, honest route with this, which is hard. Thick-headed.
She looks out for her friends and her family. I remember sometimes back in school, some people would pick on me, and my sister would end up, backing me up or defending me, or would generally really fight other people, which was strange, having your sister do that. But she really looked out. She really looked out for you, or for me.
But no, she's rocker, she's country, she's sci-fi, she's hip-hop. She's everything just thrown in one melting pot, and that's what really makes her original and stand out from anybody else I know.
Cause she's a mutt. You can't put your finger on. You can't put your finger on what she is. You don't know if she's Indian. You don't know if she's white. You don't know if she's black. You don't know what she is. I mean, I know she knows what she is, but that's what it is. She's just a mutt.
That's what it is. I mean, but it's like one of the greatest mixes. I mean, have you seen her? That's a good mix.
Yeah, it came out good.
It came out great. I mean, but I think she just represents Trinidad and Tobago though. So I think that's what it's mainly from.
Growing up though, I really wouldn't want to have anybody else. She's been great. She's been a great sister.
Okay, I just had the really weirdest experience. The lady I just put the feather in, not only does she end up being the mayor of Duluth,
again,
which is
going back to that comfort zone. I mean, there's a reason. It's just because how much she can just relate, and anything you like. It's as much as she tells me that I make her like happy at times. I mean, she makes me happy all the time. She can make my day.
She makes me laugh. And I gotta say, every time I am upset, every time that I feel like I might be a little down, she's always so good about coming and making me feel better. She always makes me laugh. She's always got something fun to say, something goofy, and she's just uplifting. She's nice to be around.
She's very spiritual. She has ways of being spiritual, but also not so much as where if she approaches you and she's talking to you about it, she doesn't really try and throw information at you. She kind of wants you to see the outlook on life, whether you perceive it the way she does or not. But I love the way that she's able to explain things in many different ways. She could say the same thing once, but to different people, and we'd all perceive it in different ways. She just has that way of really connecting with everyone in their own special way.
I love our conversation. She's got so much to say, and she means what she says, and what she says comes from the heart, and she's not one of those people where you can sit there and have a conversation with her and then be like, oh, whatever. You know what she says is real and true, and she means it.
Probably. But that can be a good thing. Of course there's the bad things about it, but the good thing is, before I make any decisions, I think real long and hard about everything, and I make sure that it's the thing that I want to do. So when I make the decision that it's good and beneficial and it's going to benefit me and my daughter, there is nothing that is going to stop me because of my thick-headedness. And my thick-headedness also makes me stick up for the morals in how I feel about the people that I love, my friends and my family. I can't stand when they get disrespected. Not to say that I've never disrespected them, I'm sure that I have, but I have this huge protectiveness over anybody that I love in my life, and that thick-headedness makes me not tolerate any disrespect from any outside party towards people that I love. Hey ladies, alright, this is a must. Knowing how to maintain your car, because you don't need to depend on a guy to do this.
Surprised me the most, her knowledge about cars. Now I'm just a big fan about cars. I mean, I'm a huge American muscle kind of deal. I mean, I love Camaros, Mustangs. I give respect to all kind of muscle cars, but I mean, me personally, I have a 97 Camaro RS, V6, yeah, so what? I'll still be taking out V8s, it don't matter.
I already popped the hood, just so you know, you gotta actually push the button to pop your hood. Mine's got a nice hydraulic, little setup, so I don't have a stand, but for those of you who don't have hydraulic rods like this, there should be a stand right here that you can hook in to up here. Please do that, or this will like land on your head and you'll probably lose your head, and that wouldn't be good.
But I mean, what surprised me the most was how well, like, I mean, she could sit in a car and just tell me all this different kind of deals. I mean, I'm not even used to that, and then I was just surprised. Like, this chick, for some reason, I thought her mind was just in fashion, just again, what kind of swag she has when she dresses. But wow, man, she told me something about she wanted an IROC Z, and I thought it was kind of like a recent thing. Apparently, she's been wanting that since the beginning. I was just like, wow. I mean, that's just respect. Respect. Yeah, she knows what she's talking about. I mean, that surprised me the most. Oh, and she drives stick shift. I mean, come on. What else can I say?
So, basically, the first things that you need to know, probably the most important, is where to check for your oil, which I actually need a rag for. So I should probably go get a rag. Okay. Usually you need a cleaner rag than this because you can't get debris up in your engine. That's a problem. So like, here's a nice little clean spot on my cloth. So that's what I'm gonna use to check it. My car takes about 5 quarts of oil, so I buy this. It's high mileage because old Bessie here has over 100,000 miles on it. She's real good to me, so I try to maintain, this as much as I can so that I have long engine life. You also would change your oil filter, which is real easy. It just unscrews. It's right near your oil basin underneath your car, and it looks like this. This is a Fram. This is the most common oil filter you'll ever find. That's my favorite, and it's also affordable. But it just screws into the side of the engine, and what that does is the engine parts inside the engine, they grind down, and you have little metal pieces and little debris and little shavings that get in the oil and make the oil real thick. So what this filter does is, as it's going through the engine, it comes back around and it catches all those little debris and all those little engine parts and all those little things, that can sludge up your engine. And that's what this does. It's really important that you know to change this, because if this gets clogged, you're just gonna clog your engine. And a lot of times, if you don't screw this on properly, you'll lose oil and you'll have a slow oil leak. So you always gotta make sure that's real tight. Don't ever open your radiator. This is the cap to your radiator. You have been running your car. Mine is warm because I did run it down the street. You never want to open this after you've run your car, because if you do that, you will get 3rd-degree burns. The steam that comes out is immense, and you'll singe your eyelashes off, and having no eyelashes is terrible for us chicks. It's just nasty. Anyway, so yeah, so this is what you call female muscle, being able to handle your car. It all shows right there. Okay, nice pretty little gun.
It's like one of the homie things. I mean,
Yeah.
she just can relate to all of us, and as much as we relate to her, I mean, it's just, again, it's almost like a family thing. I mean, she's just always there with us, and she's man, I mean, there's not really much you can say. I mean, it's just, there's so much to say. It's hard to say.
Yeah, she there's nothing that she really can't do. She can change tires.
She can change tires,
Yeah.
change bullets,
Change bullets,
change
I
out the
mean,
whole hardware of a gun.
just-
I mean, come on.
Just in it, and she's even taught me, about myself in some ways and whatnot. And that's really cool right there. So
I love you, my little velvety poo. And I do wish you the best of luck in anything and everything you do. You know I'm always in your corner. And I've got your back, girl.
Velvet, I believe that you really do have what it takes to be successful. Once again, you're an amazing person. It doesn't take that much for you to show that you're a beautiful person on the inside and out, and I think you're gonna do great.
Velvet, like to wish you the best of luck for your show, in life, any path you choose.
10 years from now, who knows if this world's gonna be here. I feel like I'm always planning for all the changes, all these things that are happening in the world. You don't know how the day is gonna be, so I'm not gonna say I want money, I want success, I want fame, I don't want, anything material other than knowing that my family is okay.
Well, Velvet, Well, I hope you do well on this show, and hope you come back happy with this too. And I'll be watching every episode. I love you.